Hey, we're two fat guys.
Man, we just watched Blade 2.
We did. I did. Fourth one of the day.
Yeah, fourth. Our longest stretch so far in this marathon.
I think we had some decent movies to do it too. So we had some question ones. I think Howard the Duck.
Oh God, that was today, wasn't it?
Yeah, Howard the Duck, while not great, I think it's at least wacky enough.
Yeah, it's enjoyable to.
And then the Spider-Man, similar sort of thing, 70s, like haha, look at how funny 70s Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, man, especially once the ninjas show up, that's pretty good to.
Gen X was an interesting experience. It was. I almost felt similar. It was the '90s version of that. Like, look at TV in the '90s doing stuff. Then Blade 2 is just good.
Oh man, I'm glad that we kind of ended on that.
Yeah, like I'm really looking forward to seeing Blade Trinity, which is the only one I saw of the Blade films, and I couldn't tell you a damn thing about it other than Ryan Reynolds is in it, and it's about Dracula.
I didn't even know Ryan Reynolds was in it until after we had started the marathon. I kind of looked into it.
Yeah,
I knew Triple H was in it.
Mm-hmm. So I just having seen these two and really enjoying them.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward.
Because when I put the list together, I was like, man, Blade, I haven't seen those in a while. Wesley Snipes kicking ass, that should be some nice downtime between these other movies I'm really interested in seeing. But man, they're kind of like my highlights so far.
Yeah, that's what we didn't tweet much in this one either.
I didn't. I maybe said two things.
We got sort of in the same trap we did before. Like, we're sorry, we can't tweet right now. We're watching this awesome movie, and we see things like how are we supposed to describe someone just exploded on TV and then saying fuck that guy just exploded.
Like, oh shit, that was awesome. Which is the worst thing you can tweet.
It's true.
Someone's not following along with you,
which you should all be. You should all suffer as well as us. But yeah, you should. Yeah. So I mean, I guess if nothing else, if you have any stake in our opinion, you should see the Blade movies. Yeah,
I feel especially kind of how I did about the 2004 Punisher with Tom Jane.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked a little bit about it then, about how the current Marvel movies have really hit that balance between action and comedy and
story.
Mm-hmm. And I think at least so far the Blade movies have hit that. They're maybe a little action heavy, but they do action really well.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Blade's more of an action character. He doesn't do zingers. He does sort of the one-line action hero liners, which he does to a T.
Yeah.
Some really great moments. This one, Ron Perlman's in the sequel.
Yeah, he is.
Which, I mean, if you tell me, sign me up. Ron Perlman's in it. Okay, done.
And we didn't realize till the very end, until the credits started rolling, that Guillermo del Toro director
of Hellboy and Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, starring Ron Perlman as Hellboy, and he did that 2 years after this, which means it's just about the time he probably started casting for Hellboy. So I guarantee he saw him in this. And
there's a point where you can actually see in one half of the frame Ron Perlman and the other half Norman Reedus' character wearing a Hellboy shirt, which can't be coincidence.
Or can. Because Guillermo del Toro, from what I gather, would sort of drag those projects into existence. So I think he was a fan of the Hellboy mythos. So he's probably like, hey, put on this shirt.
Yeah.
Do what I say. I'm Guillermo. Except he said it in his heavy accent.
Yeah.
Which I love Guillermo del Toro, and I'll have to talk about that in another medium. But this movie is just really solid. Great action. The story is good enough. I say about any action film. I don't mean to down talk a story, but with action films, all the story is good enough.
Yeah, and especially in some action movies, almost take that the wrong way. They put too much emphasis on story, and they try to just exposition you to death.
Yeah, which if anything, I think the first Punisher, I really enjoyed it. There's a great balanced story. I think they could have cut back on some of the story and done a little more action. Whereas these, I think, they do just enough story. Blade. I haven't read a lot of Blade, so I'm sure there are some writers who took them and did some really awesome, interesting things to them.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of cool places you can go, especially in comics.
But when it comes down to it, Blade kills vampires, and that's really what he does. It's not, it's not like the Underworld movies where, there's werewolves and vampires, and there'll be, other magic creatures that make them up. But this is just Blade versus vampires, and that's what it is. And this time there's sort of these infected vampires that he's fighting, and it's just, it's good enough, and lots of interesting characters, Blade being a badass.
Lots of great action in this one. I could tell right away that the budget was a lot bigger on this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Great action, and, man, Norman Reedus.
I'm glad they brought back Chris Christopherson, spoiler alert. Because and they did it pretty quickly too. You could tell they got to the starting too, and they're like, "Well, fuck, we want him in it. Let's just write this opening two scenes."
Thank God for the whatever device.
Yeah, let's the other two scenes again back. Which good on you, because he is just all sorts of all right.
Yeah, he's great, and I thought Norman Reedus, who's Daryl in The Walking Dead, he's in Boondock Saints.
He did very well.
Yeah, he's great.
Because it was good because for a while he's running with two Alfreds, which I love. Speaking of the Alfreds, in case you don't know what we're talking about, which I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to mention it.
It's sort of in reference to Alfred to the Batman. It's the dude back in the cave giving tech support, doing patching you up at the end of battles, things like that. We've seen a lot of them from the random homeless guy in the
and the Dolph Lundgren
Punisher, Wayne Knight in the Punisher Warzone. There's
he never turned. I was shocked at that.
I thought he wouldn't. Like you don't do that.
Well, I just have that inherent distrust of Wayne Knight because of all of his other characters.
Space Jam. That's all I'm saying. Space Jam. But yeah, so eventually we're going to do a list sort of highlighting the various Alfreds because most of them have them.
Yeah.
Just because the way heroes work.
Yeah.
And so it was really cool to have, like sort of the old grizzled veteran Alfred and the new young punk who's like ready to try some edgy stuff, Alfred.
He's like, oh, I fixed your car. And he's like, you fucking did what to my car?
My life work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I recommend this movie heartily.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for the third one because maybe I'll remember the story this time. Now that I've seen the other ones, I might remember the story for this one. I'll probably enjoy a lot more things. And honestly, for the life of me, I can't remember why I saw the third one. I don't know if it was in theaters, at a friend's house, why I was talking into it because I hadn't seen the first two. I knew it was about killing vampires, which to be fair, you'd probably be alright just going into one of the Blade sequels saying, hey, he kills vampires, so watch him do that for a while. But that's definitely going to be it for the night. We are starting up. Fantastic Four is next.
Oh, is that next? Oh,
yeah. Next is the 2005.
2004
Fantastic Four. Starring the future Captain America, Chris Evans as Human Torch.
Michael Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis is the thing. So Michael Chiklis as himself, because as soon as they announced that, everyone's like, he's the thing.
Yeah,
obviously he's the thing. What about? Did you cast other characters, or is it just a Michael Chiklis movie?
Yeah. Thing ring, do your thing. Spin off Michael Chiklis TV show.
You need to have some skinny guy, some skinny little, get like Tobey Maguire is going to be the thing ring, do your thing.
Oh man, I would watch the hell out of that show.
Yeah, we all would.
I guess he did have a superhero show. He was in No Ordinary Family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Fantastic Four again. I saw it a while ago. I've seen bits of it here and there on TV. I've not rewatched the whole thing since I saw it. I have sort of set opinions about the two Fantastic Four movies, so I'm not going to go into those right now. I'll see how they feel after watching them again.
Yeah, I've been a long-time supporter of the Fantastic Four films. I know I'm definitely on usually the opposite side of that argument.
And it's not they're bad. I'm not saying they're bad movies, and I really enjoy. I think the humor in it's very good. The Thing and Human Torch.
Oh yeah, they can.
I'm like,
they can
perfect. And honestly, it's probably just I've never been that into the source material. I just read it. There are very few Fantastic Four comics I really enjoyed. So
Jessica Alba's not that great, and
that's true.
Brings it down a smidge. But
the part she's not taking her clothes off, she manages the clothes off parts fairly well. I mean, it's my film degree talking here.
Oh yes,
that's extensive film degree.
I mean, I've always liked them, but I'm looking, especially after watching that unreleased one, the '94 version. I'm really looking forward to just the Fantastic Four as a source material redeeming itself a little.
Mm-hmm. They're going to reboot that, right?
I heard about that, but I feel like I heard about that like 3 years ago.
Well, they're doing a reboot. It would be so that studio could keep the rights to stop Marvel Studios.
Maybe they'll do another unrunreleased. They'll bring Roger Corman back. Like, we want you to produce another one.
This one's for real? Yes. No, don't tell.
Bring back the original cast.
Yeah, I mean, nothing would please me more if Disney just drove, truckloads of money up to these studios and bought Spider-Man and Fantastic Four back. Like, you know what? We want them all. Anything that's sold, buy them back. Sometimes it doesn't work, and sometimes the studio's like, no.
Again, we're going to buy Wolverine. Do you want all the X-Men? No. We're just going to take Wolverine, have him fight the Avengers.
We're fine with Wolverine. To be fair, though, a lot of times in the big crossover stuff, X-Men are like, fuck you guys, you never help us. Or they're like, well, we got Sentinels watching us, so we'll just chill here in the school and not get vaporized by Sentinels.
Yeah, that's why usually, if anyone, it's Wolverine, because he's like, fucking whatever. Like,
I have cigars to smoke and drives off on a motorcycle. But Fantastic Four is what we're watching next, so possibly tomorrow, probably tomorrow.
No, tonight. Let's do it. 5 movies today.
We have Game of Thrones tonight.
Yeah, we're not watching it tonight.
Yeah. All right. So, see Blade. And that is that.